Hey boys and girls, it's your man Cowboy here. I told y'all I was going to give y'all a catfish video, and yes, I have filmed all three of these in the same day. I told y'all I like little nasty holes. I'm going to show you what I mean. I call this the mosquito hole because it's just big enough to grow mosquitoes in. Just big enough to grow some mosquitoes in, and it's real nasty. Whole trees down. I don't even try to go back there. What we worried about is that little hole right there. Now see the rest of this right here, it's about 4 or 5 foot deep. But this is the catfish hole. Know anything about catfish, they like deep, cool water. Now right here in this little hole, 8 to 12 foot deep. Now you gotta be careful, because some jackass threw a fucking oven in right here. And I've hooked the top of it before and pulled it out. But the rest of the oven's still down there. But I'm gonna show you what we do when we're down here in the catfish hole, in the mosquito hole. I also call it that because if you come down here and you ain't got no spray on you, it won't be long before you head to the house. So I'm fitting to put me some spray on right quick. Bins. If you ain't never used this, I don't think they sell it like this no more because it's got deed in it. But if you ain't never used bins, that's your guy right here, Benji Feller. I'm gonna sit right here in front of y'all. That way I don't get a good view, we can talk. Now, fishing right here is different from over there. That first spot in the first video. I fish two ways here. I fish on bottom with a Zebco 33 metal casing. With a number 2 mustard and the fattest fucking lead shot I got. I think that's the number 1. I think that, or it might be a double O. Yeah, I think that's a double O actually. I can't find my knife nowhere, which is not good. So we're gonna have to rip and tear. Now if you can see that, that is Killer Bee Bait Company livers. And they are tough. They're the toughest livers I ever seen in my life. I don't have my knife, so I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this. I reckon I'm just gonna have to rip it. But I don't put me a whole piece on there. I rip me off a little, about 1 inch chunk. And I just hook him 3 or 4 times. Now this pole's gonna be on bottom. I got my other pole here with me. And I'm gonna fish it with the same bobber and stuff I had over there at the first hole. But I'm gonna fish it a lot deeper. You see, I'm about 4 foot, well, about 3 foot. And I'm doing this because these catfish over here, these are bullheads. You know, they ain't got no real big size to them, but they good eating catfish. And I'm fishing it like this because some days they'll be in the middle of the water column. Some days they'll be right up towards the top, and then other days they ain't coming off the bottom. So when I'm here, I always fish 2 rods. One on the bottom, and then one running about 3 to 5 foot deep on the cork. But the reason we're focused on this one little spot over here is because there's a hole right here. And them catfish get up in that hole and sit there all day. Seems like hundreds of them sometimes. But they won't come up out of that hole for nothing. But I fished 2 rods, fishing at different levels. That way, I can figure which rod's getting the better action, and then I can switch up and put both my rods fishing that way. Now, I don't think that's deep enough, so we're going to deepen this up a little bit. It's at about 2.5 foot now, maybe 3. But we're going to run it deep, deep. See how much I slid that cork up there? We're going to run it deep, deep. We about 4 foot now. And that's what I call the hole. Because that's exactly what it is. It's a deep spot right there. Now you got to get it just right, fishing right here in this spot, because that hole is maybe 6 by 6. You know, 6 across, 6 wide. Not very big, but it's a direct drop off. As soon as it comes off the bank, it's gone. Now we're gonna see if we can't bust one. So I can show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. And the only reason I know that hole's right there is because I come out here one day, because this part of the creek, about 3 miles down the road down there, it comes up to another part that's on the road open. And like you can just open the truck door and toss out right there. Well, this one ain't like that. You gotta get out, go over the guardrail, do all that other stuff. But it's perfectly legal. I ain't on nobody's property. County owns this, and the county don't care. They had a farmer around here try to buy this little piece of land right here to stop people from fishing on it, but since it's got this concrete right here put here by the county, they won't sell it to nobody. So it's county property. 100 feet that way and 100 feet this way off either side of this guardrail. Normally have a bite by now, y'all. They may not be on it today. These catfish that are in here, they usually deep enough in this hole, they don't really care how hot it is. Which it is pretty warm today. I'm just sitting here and I got a little sweat on my brow. Oh, there we go. Oh, and it's a good one too, boys. It's a good one. Oh, he's got me right around that tree right there. Just a good little old bullhead, good size one. I said I wasn't going to keep none, but I didn't catch as many fish down there at that other spot as I thought I was going to. And my wife, she's more partial to catfish than anything. So I'll catch her 3 or 4 of these good size ones. Well, gotta keep him down. If the hook breaks off in their mouth, I just go ahead and keep them. That way they don't get down there later on and die. And then just to keep them right here in this area every time I get done fishing, because you know once you pop the seal on them chicken livers, they about ain't no good after that. Just to keep the catfish right here and interested, I'll take and throw whatever livers I got left in there, give them a little snacky snack, you know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, I knocked y'all over. I apologize. That one had been on there and that was my fault. I seen the line bumping just a little bit, but it was kind of loose. So I thought maybe, because there's some minnows right there playing around, I thought maybe it was one of them minnows bumping the line. But nope, it was a kitty cat. Huh? Tie me another old hook on right here. I lose a lot of hooks. A lot fishing this way. But I also catch a lot of fish. Oh hell. Did y'all hear that? Fucking whole top of that tree just fell off. Alright. Let's see if we can get us another good one. I'm gonna reel this up and toss it out here this way. This bobber. Because they sitting on bottom over here. I may, every once in a while, I'll toss out there and may catch a stray one or something like that. It's just out there swimming around. But usually they over here in this hole. And now that's not to say, because these pipes go all the way through, but that's not to say there ain't none over there on that other side, because they is. There's a hole over there too. But it's not as big as this one over here, and it don't tend to usually hold as many fish. But this creek is actually a shoot off from a river. So it constantly has new water and new fish coming through it. And it floods. I mean, it floods. When it rains real good and heavy for a day or two, and this water level gets up real high, you can come over here and catch some pure damn monsters. Respectively. You know how bullheads are, they ain't real big, so you can't really have a monster. For the size of the fish, the normal size of the fish, after a good hard rain, you can come over here and catch some real big ones. And I love these things. I mean, these bullheads, they ain't real big, but what the is going on with my reel? What in the hell? Hold on, y'all, I'm having difficulty. What the fuck? Gonna make me sling my damn chicken liver off. I may have to go get another rod. Oh, hold on, we got one. Oh, turtle. Fucking turtle. We got, in this creek right here in particular, I ain't seen a lot of them really anywhere else that I fish. There's these little bitty turtles in here. And I don't know what one would call them. Somebody told me they were a musk turtle. I don't know. I don't study turtles. He told me it's anyway. It's some big deal protected turtle or some shit like that. So when I catch them, I try to get them back in the water as fast as possible, and I try to get the hook out best I can without hurting them. Because my buddy my buddy Jake, shout out Jake, I love you, boss. He runs like he runs an animal rescue thing, and he knows all about the protected stuff around here, and he's got licenses and all for all that shit to be able to keep them and nurse them back to health and all that. And, oh, what happened? Uh-oh. Hold on. My screen dived out. Oh, my phone's dying. So guys, if this video cuts out, it's because my phone died. I ain't got no way to charge it out here. I'm a pretty good ways from the charger right now. But hopefully I can catch one more for y'all before the phone gives out. You know. Just wanted to take y'all on a tour of a couple of my favorite spots. I don't know what's wrong with this rod right here. It keeps wanting to act stupid. I reckon it's about on its last leg. It's about 25 years old. Well, the rod ain't. The reel is. I've had the reel since I was a little bitty youngin'. But I caught when I was 6, using that Zipco reel right there, I caught a 18-pound catfish at a General Coffee State Park in Coffee County, Georgia, on outside of Douglas. And at the time, it was the largest catfish caught on the rod and reel there. I don't know if it still is. But if you ever down this way, it is a nice little park to visit with your family and stuff. It's called Coffee General State Park. It's a nice little. Sorry, I had a little bump. It's a nice little place to visit. You know, they got animals and a lake and or not a lake. They got a pond and they is some good fishing in there. Now I don't know if there's any more monsters like that in there, but there is some good fishing in there. Mostly catfish, channel cat. If you want to take the youngins and just take them somewhere if you're ever down this way or live around the area. Uh, just a piece. That's all you need. Just a piece. Um, it's small in comparison to some of the other state parks I've been to. There's another one right down the road that's real big. It's got a whole swimming area. It's on a lake. Um, it's called Beanham. It's in Adel, Georgia. Uh, I don't fish there a whole lot, or I hadn't. I fish there once or twice. I mainly go over there swim in the swimming area. But they have nature trails and all that good stuff. And the nature trails are actually pretty fun to be on, and you can go back into the back parts of the lake and see animals and all kind of stuff out there. It's real nice. Um, Swimming area is nice for youngins. Uh, you can take the boat out there, all that. So I really live in a prime spot because Beanham's 20 minutes away from me. Paradise Public Fishing Area that's got like 30 something ponds on it and a couple lakes. It's 25-30 minutes from me. 15 minutes up the road right here. Oh, there we go. Oh, come out. Oh, 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 that one didn't. That one didn't. Haha, I knew I was gonna get one more for y'all before my phone died. Damn, he swallowed that hook. That was a little bitty hook though. And then up the road there's in Lakeland, there's a lake right there, right in town, or a pond that's open to the public. And down the road from it, there's Banks Lake, which I've fished a couple times. The fish is good depending on what time of year you go. The speck fishing there, or the crappie fishing during the fall and the winter, it's really good. But it's one of them places that you got to have a boat to really access. So me, I don't have a boat. Well, I've got a boat, but I've got to repair it. So I don't really fish over there a whole bunch. And besides, it's a rowboat, and they've got gators out there bigger than my boat is. And I don't know how comfortable y'all are with that, but I'm not entirely too comfortable for it. I'm gonna see if I can't catch about 2 more of these good ones, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. These livers are holding up pretty good considering they're old. They've been sitting in the refrigerator for probably 2 weeks. So they ain't too fresh, and I did open them up once or twice. Killer Bee Bait Company, if you ain't tried none of their livers, they're fresh livers, not no stink bait, none of that. I don't use none of that crap. Killer Bee rooster livers. That's what these are. Toughest chicken liver I've ever found. That you ain't got to do nothing to, you know. I know you can go to the grocery store, take them livers and set them out in the sun for a day or two and they'll toughen up, but these you just pop out the can and can catch 2 or 3 fish on one piece usually. I appreciate y'all sitting with me. Appreciate y'all watching the video. Sorry this one ain't real exciting. I just wanted to show y'all a couple of my spots. Can't tell you where they at, but you know, highly doubt any of y'all live around me anyway. So, but this is a nice little spot when you just want to come and be by yourself, and you know, maybe catch you a little something to eat, or just catch something. It's a good spot. I like it. It's peaceful. The only problem I've ever had out here was one time I come out here and a damn bobcat decided to come out of the woods right here and stand on the end of the concrete and just stare at me for about 2 or 3 minutes before it walked off. I thought I was fitting to have to fight that damn thing, which I can fight now, but I ain't fucking Mike Tyson fighting a pet tiger, you know. I can't do all that. Uh-oh. I don't know what in the hell that sound just was. It sounded like a whip cracking or something back there. I do have a buddy of mine. He's a little topped off, you know. He swears up and down he come out here one time and heard something hooping and hollering at him. And he swears up and down. It's about 5 years ago. Swears up and down it was Bigfoot. I don't know about all that shit. But I know there's been sightings around the military base about 30 minutes from here, but I tried to tell him, son, you run up on a whippoorwill or something. No, he don't buy that shit. It was fucking Bigfoot. Sasquatches. Which he's throwed off for real now. I mean, he's out of there. I love him though. Alright, fellas. It's gonna be it here in a minute. I'm gonna run out of video. But